Hey everybody, Michelle with 1L from Bakes by Vasco, spending the day with Island City Fishing again. We're doing a river float trip in our kayaks to see what we can come up with and catch for you. Stay tuned. Yes, Island City Fishing just caught dinner for Bakes by Vasco. So I need some sun-dried tomato dressing and some tomato to chop up and some olives with pimentos to chop up and a little bit of spicy cheese. Not so spicy cheese. It's a great summertime dish. Even though you bake it in the oven, it's still very light and refreshing, and something you can serve to make your backyard barbecue not so normal. All right, that beautiful walleye that was caught earlier today is now filleted and came out to about 1 pound, which is what you're going to need for tonight's recipe, along with a ½ cup of Kraft sun-dried tomato dressing, 2 tablespoons of fresh lime juice, 2 large tomatoes chopped, a ½ cup of pimento stuffed olives halved, 3/4 cups of Colby Jack cheese, and 1 tablespoon of chopped cilantro. Hey everybody, I just wanted to jump on with a quick edit. I apparently wrote it down wrong myself in the original recipe. So 2 large tomatoes chopped is way too much. What you want as your end result for this recipe is 2 cups of chopped tomatoes. You'll mix that with your olives. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is preheat your oven to 400 degrees. And then we're going to chop the tomatoes. You just want 2 regular medium to large sized tomatoes, and you just take a sharp knife and slice into them. There's no conventional way to do your tomatoes or slice your vegetables. Avoid that spot in the middle, but this is how we do it. And then you just chop. These tomatoes are going to get mixed with your lime juice, and that'll be the first thing that goes on your fish fillets. Now, while we are using walleye because we caught it and that's what we want to use, you can use other types of fish in this dish. Tilapia is very popular, although our opinions on it are that it's a garbage fish, but people do like it. You can use bass, you can use crappie, you can use bluegill, but tonight we're using a beautiful fresh caught Kankakee River walleye. Now that you have your tomatoes chopped and you mix together your tomato dressing and your fresh lime juice, you add half of that to your tomatoes and just toss to coat. And there you go. Now, we're going to take a 9x13 baking dish and our walleye fillets, and just lay them in there. I'm going to go ahead and cut them in half. Nice to think that he was swimming around alive just a few hours ago. Again, that's why I love my hobby of fishing so much, is because not only is it fun, but it does have a purpose. I can feed my family. So, you got that? We're going to put this lime juice and lime juice dressing reserved. And here's the just simple part. You just pour that over. And this goes in the oven just like this at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. Okay, you've got your tomatoes in your dressing. Now all you're going to do is add that ½ cup of olives with the pimentos and just toss those to coat it all together. And then that is just going to sit aside until the last 5 minutes of baking. All right, the timer for our fish went off, so it's time to take it out of the oven and get it dressed. Once again, you'll have baked that for 20 minutes on 400 degrees. On the back burner, you'll notice I have a pot. That's just our rice side. So, ooh, sizzle, sizzle. Beautiful walleye fillets. And we're just going to take our tomato and olives and cover each one liberally. Oh, my mouth's watering already. One more little scoop, I think. Get some more olives in there. There we go. And once we got those covered to our satisfaction, we will add our Colby Jack cheese. And as we say, cheese, the hat of foods. Then you put it back in the oven for 5 minutes, uncovered. While you're doing that, you can work on whatever side that you want, or salad, or our favorite is cilantro lime rice, and that's what we're going to be having tonight. And we'll eat the rest of this yummy looking tomato and olive mixture. How's that sound? All right, our famous little tiki timer has gone off, and our dish is ready to come out of the oven. Beautiful Walleye Vera Cruz. We're going to sit it there for a minute to cool off, and I'm going to tell you a story. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, we caught this guy today on the Kankakee River. It's not a secret fishing spot because it's a very large stretch of water. So anyway, we did a 24-hour river trip. We left out in Kankakee and floated down the river until it was almost dark and fished along the way. My husband caught a catfish early in the trip, but it was too early to keep it. So we let it go. And then we found a little spot, a little beautiful little cove. It was an island that just looked all overgrown, but then when you went around to the other side of it, it almost looked jungle-ish. I mean, it was the trees, the way the branches were and everything, and it was a little clearing. So we pulled the kayaks up there and we night fished that night. And then as soon as the sun came up, we headed back out on the river, and he caught this beautiful walleye, which is now Walleye Vera Cruz. So we love to do things like that. As I've mentioned before, I was in a car accident a few years ago, broke my leg, and because of the metal plates and the rods in it, I'm unable to do some of the things I once did because of the arthritis pain and the chronic nerve pain. Like, you really want to hear my problems. But when my husband, once he gets me in the kayak, bless his heart for all his hard work, I am free to not feel like I have a disability or I'm slow or anything could stop me, because I still have two good arms to fish and paddle, and that is my happy place next to being in my kitchen. So there's your story about our Walleye Vera Cruz, how he came to be. Now let's get this plated up and do the best part, eating. So we've got our Walleye Vera Cruz plated up with some cilantro lime rice and a little bit of the leftover tomato and olive mixture. Sprinkled a little bit of cilantro on it, and it's now time for tasting. Once again, I'm Michelle with 1L, and this is Bakes by Vasco. Thank you for hanging out with me on today's adventure. Don't forget to like and subscribe both to my channel and head over to Island City Fishing and give him the same courtesy. Now the best part about all of this is getting to eat it. So good. You have to try this. See you next time.